Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is AstroBrat, and today we'll be doing a DuskRoad draft. I really enjoy this format. I know it's kind of controversial to enjoy the format, but I have a lot of fun with it. I really love the synergy drafting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some Magic the Gathering draft formats that I used to do. So without further ado, we got 5,000 gold. We're going to jump right in. I typically try to make masters every month in the draft. I think 2 months now I haven't been able to, which is a bit embarrassing, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it our best shot. Just bear with me. Looking at pack 1, Miner's Musket is okay. Battlefield Scavenger is pretty good. Valkyrie Cadet is a card you should build around. Backpacker's Machete is excellent. We could take the Powder Keg Rider and kind of try and force the Grenadins. I think the best card here is going to be the Miner's Musket. Reduces something on our deck by 2, so basically it's a free 2/1 relic weapon, free removal, especially early game. Just get rid of their 2-drop and maybe play a 4-drop or a 5-drop super early. So we're going to take that. It's not a bomb that we're dedicated to playing. Hellfire Oni is a nice pickup after that. I think Hellfire Oni is an excellent card. Backpacker's Machete, another great card. We don't want too many weapons though, so maybe Hellfire Oni is the type of card that you can start building a real deck around, like a gunslinger weapon-based deck. And Spiritblade Stalker, another excellent card. Spiritblade Stalker is the type of card that you really don't have too many copies of in a deck, in my opinion. Unseen Agent is a fine card. Nocturnal Creeper is a good card. So the Hellfire Oni, I think, is the pick here. It's the type of card that you play it on turn 4, equip it on turn 5, and then sometimes you just win the game with it. But again, it's a card that you don't really need to dedicate to, especially pick 2. If we aren't really weapon focused, I can see us playing red and not playing Hellfire Oni whatsoever. Good in Gunslingers though, and I really like Gunslingers in this format. Let's see here. So we got a Valkyrie Cadet, which is a fantastic card if you have the weapons for it. Got a Battlefield Scavenger, which is decent. Backpacker's Machete and First Shot Rider are both really good as well. I think I'm leaning towards the First Shot Rider just to get a body on the board. Backpacker's Machete with Hellfire Oni lets you scout twice, which can be fun, and sometimes it's just kind of useless. Fishing Dinoc is excellent if you're in dinosaurs, but I think here we're going to take the First Shot Rider, which synergizes well with the Hellfire Oni because the Gunslinger buff. Okay, so I see a Silverwing Smith right off the bat, which is actually relevant in a weapon-based deck, because you usually have some relic weapons to gain the armor, and a 1/4 flyer is a really decent blocker in this format. The double green's kind of lame. The Bang Sarasaur is a really good pickup because it gets you the card draw. Sure, it gets your opponent the card draw, which is bad if they're with land screwed. But it's a 3-mana 4/4 on the turn after you play it, and it's a 3/3 on every subsequent turn, which is fine. And it's got some dinosaur synergies. Praxis Dinosaurs isn't really a thing. Trusty Revolver is another pickup if we really want to go deep on the weapons, but it's a really weak weapon. This is not an early pick card. I think I'm going to take the Sarasaur here. It's just easier to play than the Silverwing Smith. And it might lean us towards white, maybe dinosaurs. Maybe if we had picked up the Dinoc last pick. Okay, this one is not the best pick here. Premium Nocturnal Kyrex. I don't have any of those. Nocturnal Kyrex is a terrible card. The best card here is Surveying Mantisaur, but I don't think we're going to be in blue for dinos. We might. We might just ditch these 3 red cards we've picked up. None of them are bombs. I really don't want to. Moondial is fine. I've never been really impressed with it in Limited. Vainglory Patrol is fine. I think we can... this is a safe enough pick that I think we can speculate on the Mantisaur, and maybe we're in Elysian Dinosaurs. Because none of the other cards are necessary. They're all the types of cards that you cut from your deck really early. So I'm going to take the Mantisaur here. People seem to really like Improvised Rubbler. I personally have not had any good experiences with it. The triple red is difficult. At 7 mana, the game is usually over. Red, especially in this draft format, seems to be really quick and tempo oriented, and this This is not that. I have not had any luck with the improvised Rubbler. I think the pick here is Nocturnal Creeper. It's a good 2-drop, and it's a card that you're not too unhappy to top deck in the board stall situations. And it's got the Nightfall in case you've screwed on mana. Another consideration here, Jump Kick, I think is an excellent combat trick that not too many people play around. Lucky Prospector is good in the right deck. This is not turning out to be that deck yet. Okay, so we've got quite a few red being passed here, which is a pretty big sign that, especially seeing Tumblebang and Hoof Slash, these two are actually really good cards. Well, Hoof Slash isn't really good, but it's playable. Temple Raider is fine in a Sentinels deck, but Sentinels is just a really hard deck to draft, in my opinion. Helpful Doorbot, I have never played it, not even in Grenadin decks. I just find that it's kind of useless. Ironclad Oath is a great card for green, but seeing as how we have quite a few red cards here, I'm really happy to take a Tumblebang. Get some big drops out early. It's a Grenadin. It's a 3-mana 3/1, which is fine in this format, to be honest. In previous formats it would not be, but in this format it is. And we're happy to take a Disassembler after that. We could go for the Voracious Fossera if we're still thinking about Elysian Dinosaurs. But we have some fine red cards so far. A Disassembler, 2-mana 2/2, so it's a bear. That's a Magic the Gathering term for just a generic 2-mana 2/2. So it's a bear at worst, and at best, it's going to die and deal 1 damage to the enemy. And also, we have another Grenadin that could benefit from that, so we'll take it. Here, I really like Cryptic Etchings in draft. I think it's the type of card that you can play on turn 2 and be fairly happy with it if you don't have a creature to play on turn 2. But it's also the type of card you can play late and be happy with, because for 4 mana you get to scout. It enables relic synergies, which we might have eventually. Iceberg Frontrunner is a terrible card. I've never played it, not even in Yeti decks. Disjunction, way too limited. I just don't find that this is relevant in enough matchups. I mean, there's a lot of weapons in this format, but not enough to warrant mainboarding something like that. And the Amber Waystone is fine. We don't know if we're in white for sure yet, and it's just a sigil. It's not as good as taking a playable, so we're going to take the Cryptic Etchings. Rewarded with a Heroic Bravo here, and we already have 2 Gunslingers. Heroic Bravo is excellent, so I'll be happily taking that. Man, the red is really wide open. I'm going to take the Barbarian Camp here. And the Helpful Doorbot, which I'm just going to slot there in the sideboard. So yeah, it looks like red is wide open from that player passing from that direction. Coming into pack 2, the Workshop Forge is not relevant in draft. Aylin's Choice is going to be difficult for us to cast since we look like we're mostly in red. Don't have any green, just got the Manthor in blue. The Scepter of Nobility is a fine card, in case we want to go red-green. Serpent Mount I am not a huge fan of. I've had very mixed results with it. This is a really poor pack overall, to be honest. I think the best card here is the Awakened Sentinel, because Praxis Sentinels can be a deck. And I think that's what we're going to take here. Firemane Cub is fine. Victor's Cry is fine. Striped Arachnodon, a 4-mana 4/4, is a good card in this format. I think Longshot Marksman is the best card here. But I don't think we're in black. I think we're pretty positively in red-white at this point. I think I'm happy taking the Striped Arachnodon. A 4-mana 4/4 is fine. Library Phoenix. Mortar, we might splash for a Mortar. Got a Skycrag Stranger here we could also take. Got a Thunderhoof Warrior, which is a fine card. Non-units. We've got Cryptic Etchings, Miner's Musket, Barbarian Camp. We got a few. I'm not a huge fan of Library Phoenix. Late game, it's a 5/2 flying for 4, which is okay. But early game, it's just a 4-mana 2/2 flyer that reduces the cost of a few cards in your hand. You really in limited formats like this, you want to be mostly creatures. We're gonna get a few weapons, hopefully, but not enough to justify a 4-mana 2/2. I don't think. I think the safe bet here is the Thunderhoof Warrior. Well, we're gonna take the Thunderhoof Warrior again, but there really isn't a whole lot of white coming through. I mean, there's a Voyaging Lumen, which is just a 6-mana 5/5 unlimited. The Life Force does not trigger nearly enough. And 1/1 Wisps are fine and all, but situational 1/1 Wisps aren't. A 1/1 Wisp is great if you can get it repeatedly, like with Amber Ring, making 1/1 Explorers, but 1/1 tokens every now and then when you gain life is not very good, and the Life Force cards are not super great in this format. Take the second Thunderhoof Warrior. That white really dried up quick. There's a Burning Glaive here, which I think is awful. There's a Clan Hero. And we saw a little bit of blue coming back. We might splash blue for Clan Hero. We might even end up red-blue. I think Minotaur Oathkeeper, that's a really late Minotaur Oathkeeper. I think that's a fantastic card. Lumbering Gruin is terrible. The Clan Hero, okay, yeah, we can open ourselves up to the possibility of playing. And there's a Skycrag Stranger as well. But I think the pick here is Gundown. Man, there's some good green cards getting passed. We might have been in red-green instead. That's something to think about. But the Gundown is perfect removal. It gets rid of most everything. A third Thunderhoof Warrior. Yeah, I mean, these other cards are garbage, so I'm fine taking that. We might not play 3 Thunderhoof Warriors. They're not that good. Duskblind is fine. I don't think we're playing it, but we're going to take it because it's the red card here, and I can see mainboarding it if we don't end up with enough playables. These are all bad cards for us. Highwind Glider is normally a really good card in Limited because it's a fantastic flyer that blocks evasion and helps you generate card value in the late game. Young Gun has the Gunslinger tag, but it's just not a very good card. A 1-mana 1/1 quick draw. 1-mana 1/1s in general usually are not good. Minotaur Oathkeeper is an exception. But yeah, the 1-mana 1/1 quick draw is not good enough. I think here we're going to take a Huru Banner just in case we need fixing for something. Yep. A lot of blue being passed around. Topaz Drake is fine. Sometimes it's just surprise lethal. Yeah, we'll take that Topaz Drake. I'm just going to pop it in the sideboard, though. And these are both bad cards. I think Tinker is by far the least bad of the bad cards here. Fallen Oni is just not playable in draft. I honestly, I don't think I'd ever play Tinker in draft either, but... Oh, there's another... We could have had 3 Minotaur Oathkeepers at this point, which I would have been super happy with, because they stack. I think the keyword in Magic the Gathering was called Inspire. If there's a Righteous Fury, holy cow. Furnace Mage is a really good pickup. Xenon Guardian is a fantastic pickup, actually. It's easier to cast than the Furnace Mage, and it's very relevant late game. So I think here it's a really easy Xenon Guardian. I value this card very highly. It's won me quite a few games. Righteous Fury is a fun idea if we were in red-green, but I think it's just more fun than effective, which is okay sometimes. It's okay to have fun. But we're going to take the Xenon Guardian here. Xenon Guardian number 2. I'm very happy with that. We're ending up with quite a few 4-drops, which is unfortunate. It's interesting to see a Cobalt Monument there. I wouldn't be too unhappy picking that if I was in blue. But we're going to take the Xenon Guardian. A Healer's Cloak is a fine weapon. Cobalt Acolyte, wow, Dark Return, oof. Some really good cards here. I think we need the Stonescar Stranger just because our curve is so heavy on 4s right now. And the Stonescar Stranger gives us red mana, just in case. Outland Sniper is a fine card. It's removal, pseudo removal. Crystalline Chalice is really good in draft. I mean, we could have been 3 colors, white, blue, red. I'm sure we still might splash that. Oh, I hate going 3 colors in this format, and it doesn't hit hardly anything. I can't justify it when we have a fine red-white deck here. Yeah, I'm gonna take the or Praxis deck. I can't use the MTG coloring system. It's a Praxis deck. It's a fire time deck. We're gonna take the Outland Sniper. I like Bold Adventure a lot. I think it's a fantastic 2-drop that for the stats. 2-mana 2/3 just seems to trade so much better with the other 2-drops and a lot of 3-drops. So I'm happy to take that. Calderon Gunsmith I've ran a few times, and it's okay. Really good in aggro decks, obviously. But yeah, Bold Adventure to smooth out our early game. Ephemeral Wisp is an interesting choice. We don't really have anything to buff it with. Sapphire Dragon. Oh, there was a really good blue. There was a really good primal deck floating around that we just did not get the opportunity to. Ugh. There's a whole pack coming up, right? Ephemeral Wisp is an annoying card. Just bringing it back as a blocker, but we don't really have anything that. I guess we have a Barbarian Camp. To buff it with. We really want to buff that card with something. We have a Barbarian Camp, and that's it. I would never take it over a Sapphire Dragon. What did everyone else take from here? Is just nobody in blue, or just take that Sapphire Dragon, I guess. Played Guerrilla Fighter before. It's okay. 1 mana 2/1. It's okay. We have so many 4-drops. I think a 1 mana 2/1 is just kind of necessary at this point. Enables the Stonescar Stranger to be a 3/2, which is fine. Let's take that Ruthless Stranger. Oni Ronin, happy to pick that up. Slam picking that. Premium Renegade Valkyrie versus Tower Top Patrol. Another 4-drop. Jeez Louise. I mean that's a fantastic 4-drop. I can't take that over Renegade Valkyrie when I'm not in green. Even a premium one. Yeah, I've never been the type to draft for my collection instead of for the draft itself. With the exception of Mythics, of course, or Legendaries. So I'm going to take the Tower Top Patrol here. Unlock Potential. I'm happy to take that. That's a fantastic card. Rampage is a nice combat trick, but this is just fantastic. I wish it was an instant, or a fast spell. But, no, it's a good card, so we'll take it. We don't want a 4-drop. We don't want to play Dust Hoof Brawler, so we're just going to slot that right there. We're going to... Oni Striker... I forget this card exists until I see it in draft every now and then. It's always here in the last pick, and I've never seen anyone play it in draft. So it's going to go right there on our sideboard, and we're in the last pack. Sandbinder Sentinel's a fantastic card to find, and none of these other cards are really in our colors, so that's what we will be taking. Just the fact that it just grounds a flyer is really nice, and a 5 mana 4/6 is fine stats, so we're happy with that. We might... Well, we're definitely going to take that premium Bang Sarasaur, not because it's premium, but because we need the 3-drops. And Bang Sarasaur is an excellent 3-drop. Of worthy note here, Extinguish, fantastic card. And if the Bang Sarasaur wasn't here, we probably would have taken the Yeti Sage over the Wandering Forge, just because of the number of 4-drops we have. And Yeti Sage is fine if you equip it. We do not have a lot of weapons, unfortunately. We might not be playing that Hellfire Oni. So we're taking that Sarasaur. Sparkcatcher is a good card to find, because we need 2-drops. Spiketail's a fine 4-drop, but we got plenty of those. That's covered. So we'll be taking that Sparkcatcher. Another Bravo. How many Gunslingers do we have now? 1, 2, 3. 3. There's nothing here to pick. So we'll speculate. Safely. Another Bravo versus a Scourstone Sentinel. We just have the 2 Sentinels. I don't think it's good enough to take the Scourstone Sentinel over the Bravo here. But it's tough. We don't want to be in Sentinels and Gunslingers, I don't think. I think the Sentinel is the pick here, because I think playing a 9 mana 7/8 Overwhelm is better than playing an 8 mana 4/4 Overwhelm if we absolutely have to play one of them without Bond. We're going to take that. The Ruin Crawler Yeti is a good pickup for us because we want those 3-drops. Could also go with another Sparkcatcher. But I think the 3-drops are what we're looking for here, because the 2-drops are looking fine. So we're going to take that Ruin Crawler Yeti. Stonescar Sawed-Off is exactly the type of card we were looking for our weapon enablers. We've also got an Unpredictable Outlaw, which is a fantastic card. I mean, it's a bear, but it's a gunslinger, which enables the Heroic Bravo. But Stone Scar Sawed-Off is the type of card that just kind of wins games sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to take the Sawed-Off. Serene Excavator. 3 mana, 1/2 flying. Every now and then will be a 2/3 flying. We're taking it. Not going to play any of these cards. Well, we'll take the 4 mana 4/2 and we'll probably cut it. The Dinoc, I think we actually have a few dinosaurs now, so we'll grab that. Don't want that. And we'll take a second Dinoc. Okay, so we might be in dinosaur gunslingers, kind of. With this format, I've had the most success just drafting a tribe, which is unfortunate because it looks like we've drafted 3 tribes. So let's take a look at what we have. We got 37 cards here, and we really want to get that down to about 28. So let's take a look at the cards that are just absolutely terrible. Looking at our 4-drops, because we have a lot of them. Barbarian Camp. Not the best. Right, so 3 Thunderhoof Warriors. I think the card we're going to have the least success with here, Barbarian Camp for sure. The Scarrowstone Sentinel is not going to make the cut with 2 Sentinels. The Heroic Bravos. Well, let's look at the Dinocs. So they trigger off each other. They trigger off Striped Arachnodon and 2 Bang Ceratosaurs. 2, 3. That's 4 triggers. It's not a lot. There's not a lot of triggers. Wandering Forge can go. 4 mana 4/2 isn't good enough. I'd rather have the 4 mana 3/3 that sometimes becomes a 5/5. Hellfire Oni with, well, it's a 4 mana 3/3 Gunslinger that gets targeted by their removal and enables our Heroic Bravos. I don't think the package is good enough. We're going to cut all of them. Brings us down to 31. I want to keep the Dinocs because I'm thinking we don't have any late game. And they're fine late game if they trigger. The Serene Excavator is never triggering. Ruthless Stranger is a 1 mana 2/1. And I don't think we're aggressive enough for that. I don't think we need a Stone Scar Stranger in this deck. Just a 2 mana 2/2. That gives us red. I think we're going to drop a Thunderhoof Warrior just in case. Add the old power to it. Looks good to me. And we got our deck. Alright, we're going Praxis something. Praxis Tempo up until turn 5. I'm not too impressed. We'll see. Talking on the old YouTube makes you kind of thirsty, huh? They make it look so easy on the videos. The problem with playing late at night, as I do, is that the queue times are a bit long, but that's what you gotta do when you work until late. My shirt today is one of my favorites. I have a Krabby Attitude, a little crab. Picked that up in Newport, Oregon. No, it was from a pawn shop in Bandon, Oregon. Alright, game 1. Lexel. Platinum rank, just like me, which does not mean a whole lot this early into the season. I've got a 2-drop. Got a 3 something. But 3 mana give a creature +1/+1 is pretty poor. Got a 4 and a 5. I got a 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard to complain. With 3 mana, we're going to give it a shot. This is my my favorite avatar that's come out. I really enjoy it. And a Miner's Musket's fun to see. We won't let him know we have it by playing the fire. We'll play the time first because there's less sneaky stuff in time. And a 4th sigil is great for the Xenon. So we're going to play the Bold Adventurer first. Start swinging in with some guaranteed damage. I really like to save the relic weapons for removal. I could either throw the Bold Adventurer and the Miner's Musket into that, which seems poor, or I could play the Unlock Potential, which I'm going to do. 3 mana, give a creature +1/+1, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to swing in because he does not have a combat trick. Interesting. He's got the Mentor synergy going off there. Swing with our 3/4 again. And play the old 4/4 Striped Arachnodon. The real nuts draw next turn would be a Fishing Dinoc. Looks like he's stuck at 3. And this is where Gun Down comes in handy. And we'll swing with both. He can choose to double block either one, but either way, we'll get to kill both of them. Perfect. I'm more than happy with that, especially since he's mana screwed. This is looking up. So I'll always attack first just to show my opponent that I might be holding some kind of trick. Give your opponent as little information as possible. Top tip of the day. And we're going to play the Dinoc because it's +3/+3 haste damage if I draw and play a dinosaur. And that's it. That's game 1. Really unfortunate for Lexel because he was mana screwed, so I mean I can't say that he played poorly. It was really cool to see High Branch Sentry into sparring partner like that. Oh, and we get the chest upgrade. Nice. Premium Granite Waystone. It's really nice when you get a premium card that's actually playable, so I'm happy to see that. Going into game 2. Up against Gold Rank Red Gone Blue. And we got our 2. We got kind of 3. And we got 4. So I think I'm happy with this. 3 mana as well. Everything's playable. I mean, considering if we draw another mana in the next 3 turns. He's going to mulligan. Green again. I play that time because red has Sneaky Sneaks and we don't want him to know we're in the Sneaky Sneak color until he needs to. I'm going to play the Bold Adventurer over the Sparkcatcher just for the stats, because a 2/3 is harder to deal with than a 2/1, and I want to get some tempo on the board. Go ahead and swing in. Play that Sparkcatcher. Get some more tempo on the board. And he is mana screwed as well. It seems to be the theme of the day. Now we have the choice between Tower Top Patrol and Thunderhoof Warrior. We're going to play the Thunderhoof Warrior because it puts the most attack power on the board. Faster Clock is especially good if they don't have mana. They do not. Well, wish we could have warped that in for the free card draw. We don't want Etchings this turn because we know it's there. And it might actually be surprise lethal. So we are going to play the Tower Top Patrol. And he doesn't find the mana. Alright, that's 2 easy games in a row. I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. I want this to be entertaining. Game 3 comes up really quick. Dr. John Smith. Gold rank. So we can play the Sparkcatcher and the Disassembler, but then we've got these cards that are just not playable. I don't think this is a keepable hand. I really like the creatures in it if the mana base had just been a oof. At least the Bang Sarasaur is playable, which is nice because it has Nightfall, which helps us dig for the red. Oh, and there's the red. Okay. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 again, which is really nice. This is where the Miner's Musket comes in handy, because it goes through that Aegis. Hopefully it hits a nice, big, expensive card. He's playing 3 colors. Not too scared of that, especially since I drew a nice big card that just eats up the Sky Snapper. Normally would have played the Bang Sarasaur there, but I like to eat this thing before he draws an answer for Tower Top Patrol. So the sooner the better. Don't want to see suffocation or something along those lines. Or that. I'm happy to trade this. I don't want to get hit for 5 every turn. And it ate up Granite Acolyte. Trigger. Which is going to be eaten by the Outland Sniper. Yep. Oh, I don't have the double red. Oh. Influence matters, boys. We're going to play the Thunderhoof Warrior then. I don't want to play the Sarasaur because it gives him the draw first. And with board states as it is, I think I'm a little bit ahead. I don't really want to give him an opportunity to catch up. I was thinking about playing the First Shot Rider, but if I don't get the Gunslinger trigger, then the Granite Acolyte just trades with it. Okay. I think Grenado's a terrible card. But what's one man's opinion? So here we're going to play the First Shot Rider, because, again, I don't want to give him the Nightfall trigger, let him dig for something like another mana or something. And now it's empty on the board, it can attack without fear of being killed. So we got his mana and into the Furnace, so he's just full of removal, he is. And an Oni Cave Diver, nice. So that's going to be a good target for the Outland Sniper. It didn't even get its Scout trigger off, which is nice. Nothing. So we attack first, and then we're going to play the Sarasaur, which is sad because it'll give him a card draw, but we attack first in case that's removal, because we'd rather he remove this than the Sarasaur. If he does, you draw something big with the Sarasaur trigger, at least we've got the gun down to deal with kind of it. Not super happy doing that, but I would rather put something on the board than just wait a turn. Does he have it? Nope. He needs to play a Grenadin and pay 4 to make this a 6/6. I don't really think it's worth gun downing. So we're going to attack. We're going to play the Stone Scar Stranger, and typically if I have one sigil in my hand that can be played undepleted, I keep it in my hand to give my opponent the thought that it is another playable card, like a combat trick or a big creature or something. Just I'll hold it back to give the opponent as little information as possible, because if I do need to play it, I can because it's undepleted. I hope that makes sense. If he does sack something to the Scrap Hound, I'm not super sad because he sacked something to the Scrap Hound. But I can trade and gun down, which isn't the best, but it's better than nothing. This turn I am going to play the Sigil because this has an ultimate cost of 8, so if I draw another Sigil next turn, I can ultimate that. Otherwise I would have had to wait 2 turns, because I would have 6 mana but 2 Sigils in my hand, and you can't play more than one once in a turn. He's got his own gun down for it. And it looks like that's another piece of removal. Oh, that's unfortunate. It looks like that's another piece of removal there, because he was highlighting the Outland Sniper with something, but I think he's still holding off, hoping I'll play a bigger threat. So again, going to hold that Time Sigil since there's nothing I need to play with. Got a Topaz Drake. That's getting gunned down. My Dinoc. So I'm going to attack here and play the Dinoc. I don't mind getting hit again with the Topaz Drake, I don't think. Because this sets up for lethal next turn with Dust Blind. No, it doesn't. It's too bad. But I can always gun down that Topaz Drake next turn. I don't mind going down to 10. My guess is that he'll leave it back as a blocker. He wants to race. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to gun down. And if he does sack something to make that a 6/6, and then that is a rapid shot, then I'm dead. I'm going to attack with just the 3/3. Leave the 2/2 back to block just in case he's got a trick, because next turn I have lethal with Dust Blind. So I've got lethal here with Duskblind. And I can play it and the Xenon Guardian this turn, just in case he has a removal spell. He doesn't. And that's game 3. Finally a real game. Thank you, Dr. John Smith, if you are a real doctor. Alright, game 4 against Duelist 777 at bronze rank, which again, it doesn't mean anything this early in the league, so I don't feel too bad for him. Me and my friends, we love the Sealed League. I should have made a video for it. Next week I will. I love our hand, 4 mana, and we've got cards we can play with it. I wish we had a 1-drop or a 2-drop. But we're going to play that white because I like to keep the red back. Or we're going to play the time because I like to keep the fire back to be sneaky with. He plays his 2-2. See, here I'm just kind of worried we'll get out-tempoed. Yeah, that would have been really nice last turn. As it stands, I'm going to play it anyway, because this is just a 2-2 on his turn anyway that gets eaten by both of these. At least this can block the sparring partner. Not anymore. I mean, it still can now. I think that was a poor decision. It's called putting all your eggs in one basket, in my opinion. We're going to play the Xenon Guardian. We're going to attack with the 2-3. Because I don't think I'm losing this race too badly. We're going to play the Xenon Guardian, and then Unlock Potential gets really good. Yeah, I'll take 4. Ooh. So here we're going to play the Creeper and the Unlock Potential, and suddenly we have a really nice board. We're going to swing with that 4-4. You can double block it or single block it. Either way, we've got a Creeper back to kill something really big. What does he choose to put the +1/+1 on? If he's smart, it'll be a 2-2. Nope, he must have removal for the Nocturnal Creeper then. He doesn't. He just stuns. Or he just... I think he is just putting all of his eggs in that Unpredictable Outlaw basket, which might just work for him, but that is usually not the case in situations like these. We want to put something big on the board next turn. We don't really want to take any more Nightfall damage right now. We're going to play the Dinoc, and then next turn it might become a 6-6 if we play the Sarasaur. Ouch. Well, I guess it's just a 4-mana 4-4. I'm used to seeing that card. Ooh. We have to kill the 4-4 with it because we can't take that flying damage, which is sad, but it's what we gotta do. I'm kind of glad he played that just now, or I'm kind of glad I top decked that just now, because I really could have seen myself playing that gun down on the Unpredictable Outlaw instead. You know, people complain about the early Eternal art. Yeah, I kind of get it sometimes. Alright, so now we get a 6-6. And that's going to be a 5-5, which we're just going to start swinging with. We're in kind of a board stall right now. I don't really have any flyers in the deck besides that Tower Top Patrol. Okay, let's think about this. If I attack with the 5-5, I'll have 5 blockers. He has 6 attackers. I think we're fine. We're going to go ahead and swing with that 5-5 trample. He takes it, and we play the Ronin. This is a close match. Our deck doesn't do super well against board stalls, unfortunately. Oh. Really? If we exhaust 2 enemy units and then attack with everything, what do we get? We exhaust that. If we exhaust the 7/5 and the 2/3 and attack with everything, he has to block. Block. He ends up taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not worth it yet. But that might be really good soon. So with 5/5 again, I think. He didn't block it last turn. He's not going to block it this turn. Duskblind might just be lethal at some point soon. We could have played it this turn, but it wasn't. I want to set it up as our lethal, I think. He's thinking hard about his turn, too. I think he's got something that... Oof. Alright. We're going to block here, and that's going to take 1 damage. Or we're going to take 1 damage. Because if we do this, then we take 5 damage, and that's unacceptable. So we're going to take 1. And we're going to do that. 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 And that. I kind of want... I think we can let 2 damage through. This is the moment where I lose. But I'm going to do this just in case he's got a buff, and I want that to die. Now this is where he buffs the 2/2 I left unblocked. And hell breaks loose. Because without a buff, he can't kill the Dinoc and the 3/2 deadly, the Nocturnal Creeper. This is the moment of truth. If he's got a buff, he needs 4 damage, which is not unheard of. Cards like Ironclad Oath and Rapid Shot. Oh, he doesn't have Rapid Shot. Ironclad Oath, Hoof Slash. Torch doesn't do it. Well, I think there might have been a lethal there that he just didn't see. I like this board state a lot more. Ooh, I like that a lot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I actually have lethal if I play this. So we've got 2 ways to play here. Alright. You only live once. Oh, thanks for the game, buddy. See, if he had another combat trick, like another torch or something there, I would have just been dead. The safe play was to warp in the Awakened Sentinel, which would have punished if he had something there to stop that lethal. I was dead on the swing back, but you got to do it because the earlier you do stuff like that, the higher chance you have of him not drawing it. And I think if he did have something, he would have played it last turn along with the torch to win the game. So, good game for him though. That was a fun game. Closest one so far. Gibbon, who's already at Diamond. Haven't played against anyone in Masters yet this season. I like this hand. It's got the 2-drop, the 3-drop, the backup 3-drop to draw the mana. So I like this one a lot. I've been getting really lucky with these starting hands. Play that white first. Or play that time first. I need a rubber band, and I need to yoink myself every time I say the wrong phrase. So I like playing the Disassembler here because it actually trades for or kills the Steady Marshal without trading if he doesn't have another Gunslinger. Flashy Duelist, Stone Scar Stranger, nice. I kind of want to play the Bayosaur now to dig, or the Sarasaur, the Bayosaur, Baying Sarasaur now to dig for the mana. We're going to swing in with that 2/2. Sure. I mean, I don't have any Grenadin synergy in the deck, so I don't mind losing that. Fine trade. Red, green, and black. Alright, there's the gunslinger. He swings in with it. It's okay, we'll swing back with a 4-4. No, we won't. But we do get the mana draws that we needed. And I think we're going to go ahead and play... Is that a +1/+1 weapon? We're going to play the Ruin Crawler yet again, destroy that. So now they can eat the Steady Marshal again. And it can trade with the Longshot Marksman if he doesn't ultimate the Longshot Marksman up. On the attack, not the defense. I wish that was Ruin Crawler Dinosaur, though. Sure. Okay. Like I said, I find that the best results in this format are to draft a tribe. And he has obviously drafted the Gunslinger tribe there, which is pretty good. We are going to play ourselves a Dinoc and hope for a dinosaur draw at some point. We are in the Grenadin Dinosaur Yeti Sentinel deck. Yeah, we really didn't go with any synergies. The Dinocs are the exception here. Got the short barrel. Oof. That's going to be a tough one to stop now. Okay. We'll swing in with both. I'm going to play the musket here and kill the Longshot Marksman before he has a chance to ultimate. I'm going to play both of my creatures. I think I'm going to block the Triggerman with the Spark Hatcher. Yep. Because I do not want to take 7 again. It only takes 1 power off my board. That's what tokens are for. Man, he's got a lot of good Gunslinger synergy. I envy that deck. Oh, that gives us our 6/6, which is really nice. We are going to swing in. I think I want to keep the 2/1 back. I'm not sure why. He's just going to eat it with the Steady Marshal. Keep it back for just in cases. Keep it back for just in cases. I don't know why. I just have a feeling there's going to be a bigger threat. And now the Dinoc's going to eat the Steady Marshal instead, which is nice. I could always just keep him back as a chump blocker for the Triggerman after the other Grenadin token dies. I'm okay with that. The race is on, buddy. Keeps attacking with that. He keeps clearing out a creature every turn. Okay. That's nice. That might do something. I'm going to swing with everything. Because even if he manages to kill this, he doesn't have guaranteed lethal with the Triggerman because he'll only have 7 attack and I'm at 11. Sure. Okay. Now, I can't gun this down, so I really don't have any removal for it at all in the deck, so I might as well send this face. Can't gun it down because it has quick draw, something I seem to forget a lot and I need to pay more attention to. I think I'm going to okay taking 7. Oh. Ah, damn. Okay, so he's got creatures. If I swing with everything, he can eat the 2/2 with the 3/3, block the 6/6, and then he takes 2. And he's got 2 creatures to swing back with, and one of them can stun my guys. So I'm going to keep the 2/2 back, attack with the 6/6 and the 2/1. Because another hit from the trigger man kills me. Okay. Happy to see the Steady Marshal go away. But I'm going to play the Beasaur because I need damage on the board. And the Nightfall hurts him too. I'll block this with the 2/2. Then I've got 2 creatures on board that can kill him. Which means he needs to play 2 creatures. Helped him draw 2 creatures by giving the Nightfall trigger, but had to be done. Gun down, unfortunately, cannot go face. I played Disassembler this turn, or this game. I have, yeah. Tough call for Gibbon here. Another good close match. I started playing Omens of the Past, so I wasn't actually around for just the first set. Started playing late Omens of the Past, and then DuskRoad came out, and that was my first new set. Really excited for this next set coming out, though. Okay. So he's going to block the 6/6 and take 2. Okay. That means his 5/4 is dead. I'm happy with that. Oof. I'm going to play the Thunderhoof Warrior and the Cryptic Etchings. Oh. Close game, Gibbon. Really close game. Good game. Really came down to the wire, that one. Gadage. Gold rank. I like this. Cryptic Etchings is a card I like to play early. Especially just to look for cards to play. But I got a 2-drop. I'm okay playing Cryptic Etchings on 3. If I can draw another white mana, I've got a 4-drop. This seems fine. Not great. Seems just fine. Not worth mulliganing and risking a terrible hand. Glad to see that these latest opponents have not been mana screwed like the early opponents. Okay, we'll swing. Maybe he blocks. He doesn't. We play the Tumblebang anyway for the tempo. Maybe he'll swing with his Spark Hatcher. Excuse me. He does. I'm okay with that. He plays a Crafty Yeti, and he gets the Spark off, which is nice for him. Another white mana would have been cool there, but we're going to swing with both of them. No trades, okay. We'll play our Xenon Guardian, which can kill the Spark Hatcher really nicely. Just staying on tempo. Okay. I hope he attacks with that. Because I would love to attack him. Oh, Slope Sergeant. Okay, that's bad for me. Because a 4/4 is not something my board deals with right now. Unless I draw myself a Unlock Potential. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll attack with the Tumblebang and the Xenon Guardian. If he blocks the Tumblebang, I get to play the Etchings and then trigger the Etchings, which is cool. And he does. And I'll take that, yeah. Now the Etchings is really going to start pulling its weight. Okay. Now we can double block that, unfortunately. And it does not bode well to have that. I'm going to swing it anyway, just because I'd like to kill a 2/2 flyer. Oh, okay. I'd rather play this. And scout again. I'd rather put something on the board than scout and maybe get something good next turn. Another Slope Sergeant. He drafted a pretty good Yeti deck. With a few Granadins in there. Not really. Good Yeti deck. He drops the gun down. He must have picked up some pretty good cards to throw away the gun down. I'm a little worried. Okay, there's one of them. Well, we need to keep it because it's playable. Yeah, I'm just going to lose to flyers here, I think. We're going to find out. Here they come. We're going to double block the Crafty Yeti. Take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're dead next turn. I don't think we got this one, boys. Nope, for sure. Good game, good dodge. So close to gold there. Our first loss. Is this the end of the run? Secret Caveman. Hello. We've got 2-drop into 3-drop. Can draw some mana for our 4-drop and then our 5-drop. I'll keep it. Got a lot of Nightfall, so Secret Caveman, if you're screwed too, we'll be good friends this game. Again, another guy up at the diamond rank level already. I guess I'm just slow. I don't feel so bad giving him a card draw. Whoa! Did he play a mana? Or did I go first? He probably played a mana, right? Right, yep. I don't feel so bad giving him a card draw with the Nightfall if he has a Copper Hall Porter on the battlefield. We might just get a Dinoc trigger and then a Dinoc trigger, which would be nice. We're going to play our red, swing in with our 4/4 because it can kill both of those things, and I'd be happy if it did. Not this time. We'll play ourselves a Xenon Guardian, which cannot be stunned by the Copper Hall Marshal. That's endurance for you. If he trades, if he attacks with that Copper Hall Marshal, I'm more than happy to trade with the Nocturnal Creeper, I think. Sure. I'll take another chance at drawing my 5th mana. Thank you. There it is. And I'm going to play the Dinoc first before attacking because I don't want him to trade for that Bayosaur or that Sarasaur. Sure, yeah. Oh, he's stuck at 3. So he's digging for mana. Okay, he's going to trade the whole board. So he gets the mana with the Porter, which is good for him. Then he gets the Nightfall trigger too. He's got the pretty golden sigils as well. Oof, that's too bad. Really would have liked to play that next Dinoc this turn. Oof. Alright. Alright. I think the play here is Xenon Guardian. No, the players attack first and then Xenon Guardian. Or maybe the Warrior was the better play because I can ultimate it at 6 instead of 8. Should have thought about it first. Yeah, should have thought about that. Okay. This turn I'm going to play the Warrior, and then I'm going to unlock Potential. So that way he can't trade the Trigger Man into the Xenon Guardian. Then I'll swing with both. And if he trades the Trigger Man into the Nocturnal Creeper, I'm actually kind of happy about that, because Trigger Man is a scary fucking card. Secret Caveman is giving me a run for his money. That's a good pull. Loses the endurance. Does not lose the +1/+1 counter given to it by Awakened Sentinel. I really want to warp the Awakened Sentinel, or the Awakened Sentinel out, and then play the Yeti just to play my mana efficiently and also get the extra card draw from Awakened Sentinel. So I'm going to swing in with both. Play the Sentinel for the free card draw that it gives you. Free card draw is I got to take a card out of my deck, then play the Yeti. And this is looking like a really good board state right now. Stone Scar Sawed Off, I imagine, is going to be just kind of a sneaky lethal, which is what it's good at, just like Duskblind. Ooh, gets the lethal on that, which is kind of sketchy, but got the Sawed Off. So what I'm going to do here, let's play the Sawed Off on the Ruin. Let's play the Sawed Off on the Awakened Sentinel. And exhaust that. Oh, he's got something. Okay. Well, I'm going to attack with both and see what he's got. It can't be Entrapment because he only has 3 mana. It's probably a Finest Hour or something like that. Sure. What is it? Finest Hour. That's fine. A trade. But I'm pretty close to lethal. So he needs to do something. It's not good enough. Thanks for the game. Good game, Secret Caveman. That's gold rank. I feel like I've kind of cheated since the first 2 opponents were mana screwed, but that's life. Alright, Jacob. I was silver ranked not too long ago. I know what it's like. I don't like this. That's a lot of white creatures and not a lot of white mana. Time. Time mana. Time sigils. Time influence. Oof. But he, after a thoughtful consideration, chooses to mulligan as well. Maybe he'll be nice. Give me a Nightfall trigger for some cards. Ugh, can't even play the etchings to dig for sigils. No. I gotta get a time sigil next draw. I mean, I'm more than likely to get a time compared to other cards in the deck, but at least he's playing Stone Scar, and he did not have anything to play. Oh, okay. I think I'm okay with that, because the token can still trade with it. Oof, that is such a good draw for me. Okay, we're going to attack with the 1/1, maybe he blocks. I just like to get my little pokes and prods in wherever I can. Play the Sarasaur, that'll help me draw some more sigils. Ooh, that was a good Outland Sniper, though. Get it while it's hot. Not what I needed. I like the 2/3 here, though. The 2/3 blocks the Outland Sniper and lives. The 1/1 blocks the Amethyst Acolyte and trades for it, which is more than a token should do. But I'm not going to block the 2/2 with the 1/1, that's for sure. Oof. I think it's time to get the etchings out so that I can start digging for those time sigils, because we're starting to get into emergency mode. I'm now 3 mana behind. Yep, we're in emergency mode now. Ooh, that's a nice draw, because the 4/4 is really going to be helpful here. Yep. I might even trade it for that Oni Gunright. Oof, this is not going well for me. And when the Oni Gunright dies, he gets that right back. Sure. Well, let's play some stuff. Start flooding this board. Maybe we can make a stall state. Too many numbers on the board tends to confuse me. So when I see a lot of numbers on the board, I'm like, I probably shouldn't attack here. I don't even try to maths it out. So maybe he's the same way. I will definitely double block this, because I don't want too many Warcry triggers going off. Oh, that's it. That's the game. Thanks for the game, Jacob. Thanks for the game. Alright, we're on our final game. Win or lose, this is it. 6-2. There we go. Isatis, 59. Gold rank. Alright, this is a throwaway hand. 2 fire sigils, bunch of white cards. Perfect, I'll take this. 2, 3, 4. Good sigil combinations. This will be a good last game, I think. Let's do it, Isatis, 59. I'll be your Huckleberry. Look, we've even got matching totems. I see your red, and I will raise you a white. Nope. Thought it was a mirror match for a second. Happy to see the Bold Adventurer there, just a step above that Stone Scar Stranger since I don't need the fire influence. Oof. Am I playing Constructed? Did I queue into the wrong thing? Skeeter. Guess not. You don't see that card in Constructed. Play that Rider. Card that can eat the Skeeter on the attack. Threatens more Gunslinger shenanigans. He doesn't know I don't have any more Gunslinger shenanigans. So, you know, maybe that card should have been taken out for the... Oh, no. Yeah, Wandering Forge costs 4. Okay, yeah, he was scared of the shenanigans. I'll take that. I have no shenanigans. It was a bluff. I'm going to play this... the Guardian here, then the Dynok, then the Sarasaur, because if I play... and then 3 turns later the Dynok can attack as a 6. Because if I play the Sarasaur, then the Dynok, then something else, the Dynok still has to wait 3 turns, and this puts more power on the board in the meantime, and also limits his card draw. Logic. We gotta think our way through those puzzles. It's the little things that matter. A bunch of little decisions like that build up to make your gameplay just better and smoother and more efficient, and a lot of people just kind of throw out cards and say, this is probably just as good as that, but you got to think about it. So we're going to play the Dynok. We're going to attack with the Guardian first. I'm okay trading it for the 3/2. He thinks I have a trick. Nope. He's thinking hard about this. Okay, because I think that means he has some other gunslinger shenanigans. If he really was thinking that hard about trading there, because his 3-2 is far worse than my 3-3 endurance. So I'm going to play the Dinoc here. Does he have another torch? Holy cow. He's not going to play it. What? What else could he have for 1 mana? In red and black. I don't know. But we're getting the trigger off. We're going to play the premium Sarasaur here. And we want to play it and attack first so we get the extra 3 damage in. And then we'll play the Stone Scar Stranger after. Perfect. Probably should have played the Disassembler there in hindsight, but that's me playing too fast. Small decisions matter. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay with that. Because remember, the Sarasaur is going to be a 4-4. He's going to buff the Skeeter a little bit, but doesn't seem like a big deal. If he trades with the Stone Scar Stranger. And he doesn't. Interesting. Probably so we can load up the board next turn. Now, at this point, I just want to play as much power as I can because I have him on the ropes. So the highest cost card in my hand is the Thunderhoof Warrior, but that only puts 3 power on the board. I want to put 2 plus 2 is 4, plus the other 2 for the Nightfall trigger is 6. That's better. And then the Disassembler, if it dies, that's another damage. That's 7. And then 8 for the Nightfall trigger. I just put lethal on the board, in a way. As opposed to just playing a 3-3. Even though the 3-3 was technically the biggest thing in the hand. Oh, I see why he held that back now. So here I'm gonna... Yep. Here I'm gonna Dust Blind, and I'm gonna Dust Blind that, and attack with everything, and that should be lethal, I think. Counting is for squares. That's it. Thanks for the game. So that's 7-2 on our first draft. Let's open up our rewards. Pretty happy with that. You don't go 7 wins every day. Oh, really happy with the Premium Madness and Premium Flame Blast. I'm always happy getting premium playable cards. Skybrood's whatever. But the Madness and the Flame Blast are cool. I've seen Flame Blast played. Madness especially. Let's open up some packs. Got ourselves a legendary. It's Diogo Malaga. I'll take it. I don't think I've got a playset of him. And a premium rally, not too shabby. So 7 wins and a premium hatchery hunter. Very cool. 7 wins, a bunch of premium cards and a legendary. Well, thank you for watching, viewers out there. We'll see you next time with another draft video that hopefully goes just as well, though that's going to be hard to do. Thank you.